going on, everyone? This is Sarge, and I'm showing you guys some Borderlands 2 gameplay that was just released on the 18th, and I'm sharing with you my first impressions of the game so far. If you notice, the character that I'm using in this game is called Zero. He's sort of like a ninja type character. He's very good at hacking and slashing with his samurai sword, or as you see me, that little katana or dagger that I'm pulling out. And he's also really keen in on sniping as well. And for those of you who aren't familiar with this type of game, it's an action role-playing game, first-person shooter, and it's kind of like a Western type. It's centered around space, and so the particular storyline I'm not very familiar with, as I never played the first one, but I do know that the second one, the one I'm playing now, takes place 5 years after the first installment. So the story I'm still kind of diving into, getting myself familiar with, but I'm particularly not the type of person to play single player games. I don't really necessarily, that's not my forte. I'm usually just the multiplayer type game only. The only exceptions that I've made in the past were the Morrowind series, such as Oblivion and Skyrim, and so this kind of takes the same role, but in the sense this one using the whole co-op experience, that's what kind of takes this to another direction. So I thoroughly enjoy the fact that you get to play with your friends and go throughout the game like you would any other role-playing type action RPG or action first-person shooter game. So the first thoughts I've had with the game so far are thoroughly enjoyable. I enjoy the fact that there's so many varieties of different type of weapons you can find in the game. I think literally the game generates its own weapons for you. So the amount of combinations you can have in the game are really out there. There's so much different type of weapons you can find, so many different type of items and combos you can get. And your character has a health bar, and then you can pick up a shield and upgrade that shield as you go along. And depending on the type of shields you get, determine how much health you have, also determines how fast it regenerates and so forth. And then that also includes such as the different kinds of guns, because you have they're all in categories. You have the pistol, you have your SMGs, your rifles, assault rifles, and you have your sniper rifles. And within those categories, there's literally thousands and thousands of different combinations you can get for those weapons and modifications for those weapons as well. So I thoroughly enjoyed the amount of content that this game has alone. It's just a sheer amount of just a horde of different type of items, and grenades. Your character can throw grenades, and every item is specific to your class. Not in the sense that you know, if you have one item, the other class can't use it, but more or less it's the amount of skills and the abilities that the weapons give to that particular class. So everyone can use the same weapon, but some weapons will upgrade to your character's abilities more than others, or they might have an effect on your particular class than others. So mine's more of a stealthy type class. I have this ability where I can go into stealth and then create an image of me, sort of like in a distraction. And then I also really deadly up close. If I can get close within range and melee my characters either from behind or in the face, hitting, utilizing the critical headshot with a melee attack with my character is very deadly, as well as using weapons. I tend to have really good accuracy for my weapons. That's why the sniper rifle is the more higher preference for that. There's skill trees in the game, so you can level up your character and have 3 different type of areas where you want to improve that character. There's obviously the sniping. If you want to level up your sniping, you can do that and have your character be improved on the field as a sniper. They also have the melee route. If you want to level up your melee abilities, you'll have all these secondary actions that you'll get alongside those abilities that will help you improve the game for that style of play that you would like to do. I think for me, I'm particularly doing a little bit of both. I'm going to max out my sniping, as I want to be more of a support role where I can tackle on. That's pretty cool. You're looking at here some of the duel. You can duel your friends, test out your how well your weapons do against them if you want to do that, or how well your skill tree handles against your own friends. I thought that was pretty interesting in the game. But yeah, my particular route in this, going into this, is going to be leveling up my sniping, and then I'm going to go ahead and work on the melee part next. And so we'll see how that is. I think the other tree is more of a utility belt and how the character handles a lot of his gadgets or special abilities within the game. So we'll see how that plays out. You can always respec if you want to. It's going to cost a little more, but everything you do is within the town. As you see me in here leveling up, there's a whole major town, and then from there it's kind of like an open world, so you can do side quests or the main quest if you want to do the main quest. And if those of you who purchased Diablo, which came out a couple months ago, it's kind of the same sense, where you have this main quest that you can do and perform with your friends, or you can do all these side missions. And so the side quests are sort of like an addition. Diablo is only one main quest, but in this case you have all these different type of areas where you can take on with your friends if you want to. And so that's a very interesting thing. There's a lot of replayability I can see into that, where if you feel like you've completed the main quest. I heard the main quest itself is really long, much longer than the first one. So I'm trying to see how far we can get into that. And so as you see me leveling up to 10 here, there was a lot of things that we were going into. The boss fights are very unique. So not every boss fight is very similar. Sort of like your typical action RPG where you just kind of tackle on the boss head on. This one is, you have to really think with your team, as the boss has, or each boss has a very unique way of being destroyed, and they're always kind of all over the place in regards to the kind of tactical area where you're supposed to take them out. And so I enjoy that too. I enjoy that, the fact that there's different type of boss battles, and there's also type of minion creeps that you're fighting. So this one you saw us, we had to melee that one to death in order to take them out. And then we got some special ray gun, as you see us firing here, which looks like some sort of weapon out of Star Wars. And so the weapon choices are all vary, whether you're going to be finding them as rares throughout the level, or if you're going to be purchasing from the store. I would say personally, this is probably wait to find your weapons rather than purchase them through the store. As you're going to level up, you're going to find better weapons throughout the game, and trying to waste or using your money to purchase guns that you're going to eventually not have to deal with later on is probably just a waste of money. Likewise the items, but the stores do have like an item of the day, which is sort of like a lottery system that generates an item that's, you know, that's particularly good that you can purchase. And so that's like a one-time purchase. One of the cons that I don't like about the game is the fact that when you're playing co-op, the item drops or looting is not shared within your whole team. So if someone picks up a rare, or you see a rare and one of your teammates picks it up, he gets to keep it. Unless he doesn't like it, he can leave it, you know. So you really have to, it's all trust system. You have to really trust your friends to give you those items that you really need, or items that you know, find beneficial to your particular player. But in most cases it's usually first come first serve, so you have most people kind of going in for the item take, to try to take the best items that are available, usually the ones that drop off in the world that have the rare colors. Now colors do identify the type of rares. The white colors, when items drop, when you see this little white light, it's going to be the least, and then the green is sort of better, and then you have blue, which is even more rare, and then purple, I believe, is the extreme. So yeah, that's the whole case between that. Now here you see is fighting this boss here, and I'm already level 10, so I've already kind of powered leveled all the way up to 10 there. And there's a revive system, which I'm in a situation where I can't get revived. I don't know why I didn't try to fall off that building, but there I am dead, and you respawn back to a save point. But here I'm just going to show you guys my weapons, the weapons that I've acquired over my leveling up at 10. I have my main weapon, which is that sniper rifle. Then I have this pistol-like weapon that I got from one of the side quests that I performed. So you can look at all the stats there if you want to. And then the revolver. I thoroughly enjoy the revolver. I think that's probably my favorite sidearm, as it has the most damage, and the accuracy and fire rate are insane with this thing. Or not the fire rate, but the reload speed. So I thoroughly enjoy that. So here you see a shield that I purchased from the lottery store that I was just talking about. And then I have a rare hunter's relic, which allows me to increase the amount of rare loot that drops. and a grenade that does an exceeding amount of damage. So that's my first impressions of Borderlands 2 and my experience so far leveling up to 10. Stay tuned for more videos, as I'll probably level up fully up to the max level that you can get in the game and share with you my final thoughts over the overall experience of Borderlands. Until then, I'll catch you guys later. Take care.